let's graph the line y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5. This is going to be using the same method we learned before, y equals mx plus b, which is slope-intercept form. And what we're going to do is line up our equation underneath this format. So we get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5. And I'm going to write down what my slope is, which in this case, again, the slope is a number multiplied with x. Here I can see it's negative 1/2. One thing I want to point out is if you look at the number negative 1/2, the negative appears to be in the middle. What you can do is just rewrite it with the negative up top. Because again, slope tells us our directions of movement. The top number is up or down movement, and since it's a -1, it means to move down. And then the bottom number is a +2, which means moves to the right. Another way you could have written it is if you put the negative on the bottom instead. You could have had 1 over -2. In this case, the movement would have been go up 1. The bottom number tells you to move left 2. So we're going to use both slopes so you can see that it doesn't matter which one you use, you'll end up with the same exact graph. And then the other value left to identify is b, which is my y-intercept, and in this case b is represented by the number 5. And we always start with the y-intercept. First thing I'm going to do is plot that point, or go to this number on the y-axis, which is 5, which is right here. Put my first point. Then my slope, if I use this first one here, it tells me to go down 1, right 2. So from here, down 1, right 2, put my point, and this is where I end up. Notice if I were to use this information here, up 1, left 2, then I would go up 1, left 2, but you'll notice that these points are all in line. That's called collinear. And if I were to draw my line through 2 points, I can see that all 3 points are in line. So it doesn't matter which one you pick. You just got to make sure you put the negative either up top or on the bottom. You just don't want to put it for both, because a negative divided by a negative is positive, and you're changing the value of the slope in that case. Let's look at another example. Y equals 3/4 x minus 2. I'm going to write down y equals mx plus b, and then write the other equation right underneath it, 3/4 x minus 2, and I'm going to identify my slope, which in this case is positive 3/4. I'm going to identify the movement. So this top number tells me to move up 3. The bottom number tells me to move right 4. And then I'm going to identify the y-intercept, which is this number here. In this case, it's a -2. So always take into account the sign in front of your number. And we're going to start with this on the y-axis. So I'm going to go to the number -2 on this axis, the y-axis, and put a point there. Then I'm going to use my slope to tell me how to get to the second point. So from the y-intercept, I'm going to go up 3, right 4. So from here, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put my second point, and then all I have to do is draw my line, and that's it.